Afternoon, everybody. So today our topic is intuitive art therapy. Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Ange, or Anjali if you like to call me, and I am women's health coach and nutrition counselor. And of course, I'm the founder of this page. Okay. Liv is here. So today we have an amazing guest, Olivia Slater. Her bio. So, okay, Liv, yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, she'll be in. So, anyway, so to let her know more about her, I'm going to read. Hi, Liv, how are you?
Hey, Ange, how are you?
Yes, good. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for coming and for your time.
Thank you.
Yes. So I'm going to read your bio. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. Olivia is Indigenous artist and intuitive art therapist. If I don't say it right, you have to correct me,
Sure.
okay?
Yep.
Because sometimes my accent doesn't sound great. So it's following the unexpected death of her husband, Olivia embarked on a journey of self-discovery and personal transformation. Sorry to hear that, Liv. I really feel for you. And at the time, she was working as a sports coach and how do you say? Musculoskeletal
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
therapist. With an extensive knowledge of the human body, Olivia furthered her studies in medical intuition, which became a pivotal shift in her life. This opened the door to her intuitive abilities, leading her to express her emotions through painting, deeply connected to her indigenous heritage. Olivia envisioned creating a safe and nurturing space for individuals ready to undergo their own journey of transformation and self-discovery. She founded her intuitive art therapy business, guiding people through loss, grief, trauma, and personal growth, using art as a profound tool for understanding. That is so beautiful, Liv. The
Thanks, Ange.
essential element of Olivia's work is the safe space she creates for clients to explore and process their emotions, connect with their aspirations. Is it aspirations or aspirations? Do I call it aspirate? Yeah. And engage in non-judgmental creativity. She believes that creativity in its purest form can be transformational, encouraging individuals to let their souls create and experience true transformation. And she is also dedicated single mother of to 3 children,
Yeah.
3 girls, right?
3 girls, yep.
Yeah, amazing. Congratulations. We should be so proud. Yes, because we were 3 girls as well back home.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and yeah, it's beautiful.
Angels,
Anyway, so sorry.
they're angels.
Oh, yes. Are you talking about when they're sleeping or all the
Yeah,
time? No, they're beautiful, aren't they?
yeah, yes.
When we get the time to understand them and truly accept them for who they are,
Yeah,
they just blossom, don't they?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're so beautiful people. So before we start, I just wanted to say that this talk is, oh, where did I put that? I can't find it. But anyway, this talk is all about talking about the, intuitive art therapy. And, if anyone is struggling, please go and seek for help. It's not a specific advice for you, but you must look out for help. And if you have any questions regarding the art therapy, and you can stay till the end of our session, and then you can ask questions to Liv. Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Today we have Olivia Slater, okay, and she is intuitive art therapist and of course Indigenous artist. Okay, so we are going to start with the first open. Would you like to say anything else, Liv, with the opening, like with our guest?
I'll roll with what you say, Ange. It's fine.
You're just going to roll with it. Okay. I'll lead it. Okay. So awesome. So can you share how your journey as an intuitive Indigenous artist led you to become an art therapist? How this unique background shapes your approach to healing?
Yeah. In 2020, my husband, sorry.
It's okay. Take your time. Take your time.
So sorry.
Don't be sorry, Liv. It's okay. All right.
My husband passed away after a short illness, and he unfortunately died. And
It's all right. Take your time. It's okay. We are here for you. Okay? We are here for you.
And I guess from that moment on, my world looked very different to what I had seen and what I had wanted for not only myself but my children.
Yes.
So I made a very conscious decision, but maybe not in the moment. It wasn't conscious, to change from that moment on and to use it as fuel.
Yeah.
To look at life differently.
Yes.
And to become a leader for my children, that they could see, even though when tragedy strikes, it doesn't have to stop you from living, and it doesn't have to stop progression or personal growth. It can actually be the opposite if you allow it. I think the key for me was to, just accept that that's how I was going to use it as a tool, but at the same time grieve, and at the same time try and raise the kids on my own. And it was just an underlying, I guess it was an underlying rule that I set for myself, that I was just going to use it as a foundation to start again. And because I had already learned so much about the human body with my degree in health science, working with athletes and coaching kids in sport, I always knew that there was something more to physical ailments when they show up, and I just didn't really know how or where to find that information. And I came across a medical intuitive by the name of Emma Turton. I studied with her for almost a year and became a medical intuitive, and was working and have been working as a medical intuitive and seeing people mostly online. And probably a couple of months after I finished, studying with her, because my intuition was just so open, I got a nudge to start painting. And I hadn't picked up a paintbrush or anything like that since year 12, which is quite a while ago. And I just started basically just painting in a visual diary, and tapping into my dad's side of the family, and he's Indigenous. So started to really, channel that through, and it just started to come through in my paintings.
Yeah.
And I just started to feel very differently, and started to use it as a tool for my own personal growth and my own healing.
Yes.
It definitely opened up a lot of things I hadn't yet explored, but it also gave me a pathway and just a creative outlet to deal with emotions.
Yeah.
Not only
That is so, yeah. That is
so
so,
not only grief,
yeah.
but anything that was coming up about that. So my insecurities about not being, able to do this on my own, or all the things that, we always question about ourselves. It's
Yes.
I suppose it's just been a supportive tool for myself to be able to
Yeah.
sort of lean into that rather than
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, first of all, I wanted to acknowledge you, how, how you are thriving after what you went through. And instead of, just, not doing anything about it, or, you decided to use it as a fuel to support yourself and your family, right? And not everyone can do that. And instead you decided to start helping people who had trauma, or needs healing, and you started studying and all those things. And it is incredible what you have done out of coming out of that situation. And I have so much respect for you for regarding that space in us. Like, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that and your vulnerability. And
Oh,
yeah,
thank
yeah. So yeah, and I wanted to ask about how do you see art therapy complementing traditional medicine, especially in addressing emotional and mental health challenges?
yeah, I think especially the way I approach art therapy is very different. I take a more intuitive approach with the art therapy, and for me, it's not about what the person or the client puts onto the canvas or the paper. It's more about what are they able to feel and release in the moment, and what is coming up for them once they start
So
painting, drawing.
yeah, intuitive means what you feel like at the moment, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I suppose I'm because I have the knowledge now of the medical intuition. I am able to combine the medical intuition with the art.
Yeah.
So if someone comes in and, you know, is very willing to paint and draw, but I'm just intuitively able to know that there is something and a reason why they are in my space and why we have connected. And I'm just able to, I suppose, provide a safe space for that, and also ask the questions around the situation or the emotions that they might be feeling to create more expression. And sometimes, look, that can be tears. And sometimes that can be anger, frustration, depression. But a lot of the times it is buried. And I just believe that creativity just has, it's just an untapped area of our brain that we just have pretty much put down pens, put down paintbrushes since childhood,
Yeah.
because, we were told at school, that's wrong, you didn't do it right. That's not,
Yes. Yes.
it's always been
Yeah.
competitive.
Then yeah. So my daughter said, she's like artist like yourself,
Yeah,
and she loves doing it. But in school they have to write a project on it. Mom, we should be allowed to draw, not writing project or thesis on it. And then when she draws something, she's because always thinking outside the box. So it doesn't look at like a cylindrical whatever she has been given a cylindrical object, but so she feels frustrated that there is no. It's very. Can I say clinical? It's very
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. It's very. This should look like this.
Yeah.
So yes, but like in your case, how you teach is like just let the person roll with the brush or the
Absolutely.
pencil,
Yeah.
and then
There's no
yeah,
rule. Yeah.
yeah. Out of curiosity, so can you tell when a person is having issue in their life? Can you tell from their drawing and all those things?
Not. I don't. I don't like to look at artwork of other people and make a judgment
Judgment, yeah.
because in the moment, and just from what I've painted in the past, it's a very in the moment process. And any artist or any creative person would just kind of probably say the same thing, that you just get into a groove or you get into a space and it just flows.
Yes.
So I don't like to look at I don't like to look and say they've got this. I rather look at the person as a whole and then intuitively read what's going on through their energy and what's coming up for them,
Yes.
and talk to them. And through talking to them about that, they're able to on canvas or paper or with clay or whatever medium that they choose.
Yeah. So through the art, and then is that like a counseling, you call it counseling through the art?
Yeah, I
Or
guess it
just
is. It's a form of counseling, coaching, chatting.
chatting. Yes, it sounds more friendly. No.
Yeah, I think it's very casual because I'm trying to keep away from the
Yes.
the medical model is very structured around what you were saying about art, how the school wants it this way, and
Yes.
Yeah,
it's all about, I guess in your space, it's all about making person feel comfortable and just, just using the chat word. It's like so friendly, not like, you know what I mean? Coaching and all those things. Yeah, it's professional word, but you know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you for explaining that.
I,
And so, what type of issues and conditions have you seen most effectively addressed through your intuitive art therapy?
well, definitely grief. I can speak personally on that, and depression is another major one. So mental health is obviously big at the moment, and also just people wanting change in their life, but are unsure of what kind of pathway they're after, or maybe they have heard the call, they've heard something within them shift or change, but it's just about I suppose locking in the courage to make the leap. And I think through art and just exploring the creative side just enables people just to let go of this is how it should be, this is how it should, because life doesn't always, as we know, a plan. So I think the freer we and I can allow people to be through art, it's definitely an easier, when I say an easier way, almost a quicker way to work out what they want, they don't want in life. So almost it's a very good transformational tool to get from A to B, or if they're already B, how come they're still stuck at B but then can't progress to further things?
Yes.
And especially in business, if they've reached a certain cap of X amount of clients, X amount of dollars, sometimes I'll find that there's inbuilt belief systems that are just no longer serving them, and they need to be taken down. They the belief systems
I'm
need to crumble.
doing that old belief system, right?
Yeah, and that's a grief. That's a loss, right? Because we're letting go of something that we thought was, it got me from nothing to here and the at the top in your business. But it's, people that reach the top or a limit, when they hit the ceiling, it's where do they go?
Yeah. Yes, it's very interesting when you haven't, explode like like intuitive art therapy, and it makes you curious. Like I went to a few weeks ago, I was invited by Seven Grids Lisa. She does the mandala art
Yeah,
therapy, right? And inside me, when she's saying do what comes to you, and you don't need to look at anybody else, but my mind is like, oh my god, what are the other ladies doing, and how it is looking, because it's always made competition, right? In the
always.
past, everything, like you said, it's all about competing. And when someone says, oh, you're doing well, then you have the validation that, oh, I'm better than
That's
them. But these
right.
days, and when she was guiding so beautifully, and I was like, at the beginning I was like that, and later on I just let it all go, and I just went to what came to me, and I just drew. And actually, in fact, it just here.
Oh, wow. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So we did that, and it was so beautiful. It was, and being able to let go of that competition side, and being and support each other. At the end, we all looked at our art, and we all had our feedback, what it was and how it is. And it was wonderful experience to get lost in that 2 hours doing this. And because most of the time we are so on the go, our mind is so busy, right? Doing
Yeah,
101 thing. And just for me to be able to sit down
yeah,
and do this was like a big achievement in a
yeah,
different way.
yeah,
But it's such a big rest for my mind and body. So that
yeah,
was, yeah. And and so I can imagine how it would help people to go through that grieving process. I can
yeah,
only
really.
imagine. I yes. So I
And
yeah.
children love it as well because
Mm,
we are all born creative, but that they just haven't yet forgotten that they are creative. So
mm,
it's great, it's great to work with children because they don't have as many
ju-
blockages as.
judgmental, or they
Yeah,
haven't got into that
yeah,
many conformed yet.
no,
I guess. Yeah. So
um,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. So how do you create a safe and non-judgmental space for clients, and why is this so important in the healing process?
Well, I think just I am myself. I don't try and be anybody else.
Mm,
Happy to share my story, and as you
mm,
just become vulnerable. Um, at first I was always a bit hesitant about
mm,
telling the story. I was, it's not easy, but
yes.
I suppose it's definitely a way to connect with others, and it also shows, my clients and other people that I'm not perfect and I don't always have it. I don't have it together, and I do still have moments where, as you saw, I still get upset.
Yeah.
Um, so and I'm very honest. Don't um, I don't really sugarcoat things. But I still deliver a message with love and care.
Yeah.
That's my number one aim. If I need to go to a client, and I know it could be tough for everything I say, and everything I to them is always said with a love and care, them. They've tried enough to come to me, and you know, they put their faith. So I always try and always put my best foot forward, provide them with a safe of, you know, that's non-judgmental, and you know, there's just no judgment on the art or them as a
Yeah. Yes.
group.
And I think, and I think most of the time when you come to express your thoughts with love and respect, what I have found is with my kids and my husband and all my friends, they seem to take it in a positive way with an open heart, because they can feel it. I think they can,
That's,
you know, like I read this quote from Robin Sharma, his name is, and he says, as long as you say it with love and respect,
yeah,
you know, that is
yeah,
it. And yeah, before I couldn't stand up for myself because I didn't want to express it in anger.
yeah.
That didn't sit well with me, or I didn't want to stay quiet either. But then when I read this quote, they're saying, as long as you stand up for yourself with love and respect.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And then I could stand up for myself and for my kids. And it has been massive shift on that side to be able to stand up for myself with love and respect towards other people. And I think if anyone can take this, you know, if the anger, expressing with anger doesn't fit in that well with you, maybe, you know, try that one, like you said, like yourself, you know, without judgmental, you stand, you know, you tell the person, express yourself, but with the, non-judgmental and with love and respect. And that's beautiful, Liv. So if I think we're coming to end of our session with the talk, and if anyone has question, please put the comment down below for Liv. And Liv, while we're waiting, so tell us about you and where can we find you?
So I have a website. My website's oliviaslater.co. And I'm here on the Gold Coast, so you can make bookings via my website, or if you want to just reach out and have a chat, just on all socials, Instagram, Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, and you'll be coming to our event, and Liv is donating beautiful art for us, and I'm so grateful, Liv. Thank you so much. And if anyone here would like to join us on the event, it's on the 8th of September. Please message us, and you know, you will get to see Liv on that day too. So, you know, and you might win Liv's art. Beautiful art. That's awesome, Liv. Thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions, please put it through to, I will put the Liv's the details in our content, and contact Liv directly if you wish to. Otherwise, thank you so much, Liv, for coming here, and thank you everyone for being here today and just showing up support towards our platform. We truly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
See you, Liv. You have a great afternoon. Bye. Bye. Thank you, everyone.